Hey, what's up, guys? And today we're going to be going over my rest of winter forecast for the end of February and March, and what I think the overall pattern is going to be for the rest of the winter, and what you could see in your region of the U.S. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like the weather, please subscribe. I really want to get to 300 subscribers by the end of February, but other than that, let's get into it. So first, we have my temperature outlook for the rest of winter. And it looks pretty basic, but I'll explain why it is. And in the south and the west, you have this red area, which I think is going to be warmer. And then you have my north, northeast, north, a little bit of northwest, and the Great Lakes region, where I think it's going to be colder, which is in the blue. And then you have this area in the middle, which is white, and that's where I think it's going to be on average temperatures. But the reason I think this is because basically, the pattern that's setting up is we're going to get pieces of the polar vortex that breaks off from the North Pole, and those are going to drop down like water droplets, and they're going to come from up here and drop down into here, and they're going to be dropping down into the east. And that's going to create almost a U shape like this in the east, and that's going to create this ridge, which you're going to see like this, which is going to create warmer here in the west and south, and colder from the polar vortex in the east or the north. And then you're going to get these northwest storms that come off from the Pacific Ocean, and they're going to travel along this line, and those are where you're going to bring some snowstorms. But anyway, that is why I think it's going to be colder in the north and warmer in the south. Now let's look at my precipitation forecast. So here's my precipitation outlook, and again, you have this area in the pretty much all of the east and the north. You have the green area, which is wetter, and then you have the west or southwest and south, which is in that orangish, and that is going to be drier. You also have this little region up here, that is just because of the mountains, and it's just going to be a lot more snow in the mountains and some rain in the lower elevations. But again, this is because you're going to get that storm track coming down here, and then you're going to get some cold fronts developing, which is why this which wet weather will travel down to here. And pretty much, if you live in this area in the green, you're probably going to see either some form of snow or rain by the end of winter, because just of the way the pattern is. But let's get into my overall forecast. So here's my overall forecast. So if you live in the U.S., which I'm sure you do if you're watching this video, find your area, and I'm going to go over each one and explain the reason why and what you can expect. So here in the southwest, where you see that orange area, you see that it was in my dry and both my warm area, which is why it's labeled dry and warm. And that's because you're not going to have a ton of rain and storms going through that area, because that's not where the jet stream is going to be. And the northern jet stream is going to be a little bit too high, and the southern jet stream is not really in the United States yet, because we are far away from spring and summer. And as that approaches, we're going to get that jet stream to come up, and then you'll start getting some rain and in the south, in the southwest. But for now, for the western winter, it's going to stay pretty dry and warm because of that ridging. Then in the northwest, you have that purple region, and I labeled this developing storms and mountain snow because there's a ton of mountains in these regions where in the higher elevation, you will get snow, and you will get a ton of snow. So if you live in these regions in the mountains, you're going to get your typical mountain snow. It's pretty normal if you live there. But then also, we're going to get these storms that come from the Pacific, and they're going to start to develop in this region, and we're going to see them move throughout the U.S., and I'll explain that in a little bit. But so if you live in that purple region, you can expect your normal snow, but then also you can expect some developing storms that are going to impact the rest of the U.S. Then we're moving down to this yellow area, which I labeled flip-flop, and this is because you're going to get some snow, you're going to get some rain, and you really don't know what. It just depends on that specific pattern that you're going to get for a specific storm. But if you live in the southern part of the flip-flop and the northern part, if you're in the north, you're probably going to get a little bit more snow. Southern, you're going to get a little bit more rain. but as you get those storms to develop, you will be impacted by a little bit of those. Then, in the southern area, you have that wet area, and this is because you're going to get those storms moving through, and it's not going to be cold enough to snow, but it's also not going to be so far developed that you're going to get severe weather from any of these. So, if you're in this region, you can just expect wet weather. Then you have in the southeast, you have severe weather threat, and this is because I already explained that storm track is going to go like this, and through here, and it could be down here, it could be northern of that line, but basically is you're going to have some enhanced moisture from the Gulf, and if that connects with any of these storms, you will get like a line of storms from like a cold front, for example. You will get cold fronts moving through this region, and those could produce some pretty strong thunderstorms and other severe weather threats. And then in this big blue region in the northeast and the north, you have the big storm potential. So if you live in any of these regions, I think you have the best chance for getting big snowstorms still in the rest of this winter. And that is because, first of all, you have the Great Lakes, and you're going to get lake-enhanced snow. Whenever you get a storm or even just like a snow shower, if you live in these Great Lakes, you know about lake-enhanced snow and how strong it can get. Then also, you're going to get these storms moving across from the northwest, and they're going to connect with some energy from the Gulf. And if you get a piece of energy from the north coming down from Canada and a piece from the Gulf coming up, and they can connect, that's when you get these big East Coast snowstorms. And also, you can just get these sliders that move down, and they can also bring a ton of lake-enhanced snow and just a ton of snow in general. And then you could also, let's say the storm track is up here, you'll also just get big storms, and it'll probably will be cold enough as long as you line it up with a piece of the polar vortex plunging down and be creating very cold air. Anyway, guys, that's it. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you like the channel, please subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.